With the top end assembled, now it's time for push rods. You can see we're missing push rods, heads are on, rocker boxes are on, we're all bolted down, everything's ready to go. So what I have in front of me here is our push rod assemblies. I have our push rods themselves. It's always good to check your push rods. Sometimes with some models, there'll be different size for intake and exhaust. With these, they're all identical, so it doesn't matter. We can do intakes or exhausts of the same type. And we have our push rod tubes. I assembled these ones already, these three. I left one unassembled to show you. We'll have our upper push rod tube, and what we'll do first is take our collar, which is basically a cover for our spring, put that over that. We're going to take our spring, drop that in, and there'll be a washer. Put that washer down. And that spring and washer are going to push on this O-ring. And that pushes against the lower portion of the push rod tube. And you can see it has a lip here where that push rod or the O-ring sits in. So when this will be extended up into the head. This will be at the tappet block, and this will push down that spring and hold that, if you can see here, will hold that O-ring in place. So I'll show you how to assemble those, but that's how this basically goes together. And we're going to start putting our push rods in. I want to show you, give you an idea on how to adjust them, and remember, it's going to be model specific on how these adjustments go. But what you're going to do is, first is spin your flywheels to get the tappets on what's called base circle. And base circle is the area of the cam which is going to have the least amount of height to it, which are the back heel of the cam, you could call it. So if you watch our push rods, I'm going to rotate the engine. You're going to see them come up. We're going to do this back one first. We'll watch it rise. There goes the front one. The back one's going to rise. There it goes. That's the nose of the cam, and it's going to go back down the ramp, and we're at the heel right now. That's where there is no rise in it. It's the back part of the cam. So we're right where we need to be, and that's where we're going to do our adjustment. So remember, always lubricate. I'm going to put a little bit of lubricant or assembly lube right in the pocket. Then I'm going to take my O-ring, put it in there. Take my other O-ring, put it up into the rocker box area. And that's where the push rod tube is going to push onto. Make sure there's a good seal. Then we'll take a push rod and a push rod tube, insert it in the push rod tube, put a little bit of lubricant on the top of that tube, or the push rod itself. And we're going to insert it in both ends here.